Hello YouTube, this is B-Boy Turok 1990 and this is my Ripple deck profile. So for starters, to start it off, I play one starting Ripple Alex, basically the starter you need to ride if you do ride the Ripple ride chain. And the best thing about it is that if you have him and you ride him and you don't have, like, say you don't have the mate, either the mate Genovos or Pavroth. If you have like one of them but don't have the other, the Alex, just get to the top 7. And if you have, like, say if you have either of these cards that you need in your hand, you just get it to your hand and you can get the right chain off. Now, so yeah, that's why Alex is your starter that you need. Then for grade 1s, so my grade 1s, for Soitiros, the right chain for Alex. Yeah, it's simple. Like, he just becomes an AK beat AK grade 1 and just gives you the 7 effects from if you ride on top of the starter, and that's just a good start of it. And if you don't have a grade 2 written on top, the right grade 2 needed, you can do just the same effect as Alex, and you get Pavroth from your hand. You just write on top of it and you shuffle it back. So that's. Then next, the most broken card for Ripples, Odysseus. Flash Ripple Odysseus. 4 of him. If you're not playing 4 of him, I don't know what to tell you. He is amazing in this deck. Because there are times I did not ride the him in my grade 1 as my grade 1. My bad. So like I just call him, get Soitiro, and switch out the other grade, another grade 1 I wrote on, and I could get Soitiro's effect to pick up a Ripple, and the rear, the one I was written on, and I go to the field, it would just gain 2k. So he is very, very amazing to play. Like, if you're not playing this in Ripples, I don't know what to tell you. Then I play four perfect guards. That's much it is. It's not an unflip. You don't counterblast. You sort of counterblast a lot, but it's not a PG Ripple that's unflips. And 2 penguins. As much as I hate to say this, but it's the Soul Blast that kind of worries me a bit. But there are times I don't use effect. The only time I ever use effect is if later in the game, like I go ride a grade 2 and I have like a Pavroth or something else. If I have enough soul, if I use a D6 effect a lot, but other than that, I don't use him. I just use him as a guard or PG sacrifice. So yeah, that's the grade 1s. But it helps withdraw, so I don't mind that. It's not grade 2s. The grade 2 right chain, Pavroth. Basically, he just becomes a 10k beater. And if I have Sotiro in the soul, I could stand back 1 unit and it gains 3,000. Combos very well with Lapis. Because Lapis, if you have more ripples, if you at least have 2 ripples or more and that's rested, he gains 3,000. And if he hits, this is an on hit, so. And if this one hits, if Lapis is rested, I can bring him up, he gains 3k, so he'll be 15. So basically, if I have more ripples and I stand him back up, he's just gonna become a 15k beater. So that's why Lapis is, that's why I like, this is a pretty good grade 2 to have. So yeah. Next, I run 4 turtles. He is very amazing to play because turtles, what he does is, if he's either Vanguard or Rear Guard, I can call I could superior call one grade 2 from the top deck. If it's a grade 1 or 2, I call it to rear. If not, I shuffle back to deck. There was one time I practiced before one of my tournaments. I played him. I got Odysseus, and I got the card I needed. So if I had Odysseus, I used effect, and he was Vanguard. So take him out, and I used his effect again. And I just got something else. Not a grade. I don't think it was a grade 2 or a grade. It was just, I think it was a grade 3 or a grade 0. I'm not sure, but I do remember I got Odysseus when I had him as Vanguard. Took him out, get Pavroth, put in him out, get another effect. So this guy has pretty amazing combos. So that's why Turtle, you play 4 of him. He's amazing. And last but not least, 3 Lapis, because he's a Ripple 1, 2. It's that he will become a 15 beater, like I explained, if comboed with him. So that's pretty much I could tell you. So that's my grade 2s. On my grade 3s, play 4 of the Ripple Ride Chain Genovos, and it's also a Legion mate to Militatus, but I'll explain that later. His skill is, I actually like his skill, even though it's a limit break 4, but I like the skill, the fact I can withstand my units by counterblasting 2 and dropping a copy of him. This is basically like I can just do the skill. Even in Legion, he can still use this effect. That's why I just found out about him. I mean, honestly, this is the first time I played Aqua Force, let alone Ripples. But this is a good starter for me because of the fact it's semi-multiple attacks, learning to withstand. So this is just like a good learning deck for me to play Aqua Force Ripples. And I just like the fact that I can withstand units, even in Legion, so I could keep going attacks and make my opponent lose some of their resources. Even if they PG'd him, he doesn't have to hit. It's when he attacks. And if I at least have 3 units, Aqua Force units in the front row that are rested, I can counterblast 2 and discard and Persona Blast, which is you discard to the grave, to the drop zone, restand all my rear guard units. And if in Legion, with Militatus, Militatus is different, so, but yeah, he's good. He'll be an 11 king beater when right on Pavroth, so yeah, that's all. And last but not least, for Militatus, this one's the Legioner, and the Genova is the mate. So her skill is I can counterblast someone once she enters as a Vanguard. Take the top 3 cards in my deck. If there's any ripples, goes to my hand. If not, they go to the graveyard. And that gives me more to like Legion fodder. So if I'm with a Legion, just like put her there and just keep dropping cards so I can do Legion. Like, I really like this card because I love Legion decks. Well, yeah. And that Odysseus combos well with her. Like, I could have a bigger beat stick coming out and put another Militatus in her place. Do the same effects, more drops. So yeah, Militatus is good. And like with Legion, with Genovos, it's going to be a really, really amazing combo because I can use his skill first. If I have another him and counterblast 2, I can restand all my rear guards and they can attack again, lose resources and everything. And then with her skill, since it's Legions, I can, if everything's in the front row, like rested, I can withstand 1 unit and countercharge 1, and everything in back row that's rested, draw 1. So if I'm at limit break 4, this is why this Legion, I'm not saying it's broken, because Abyss Revengers with Blaster, yeah, you know the Abyss Revenger one with Abyss Blaster. That's Blaster Blade, the Revenger's Abyss Legion, that's broken. This one is pretty good, but I wouldn't say like the best, but it's pretty good though to play, to withstand all my units, even in Legion. So I realize that right now. So if I play this with one of my friends and they tell me that I'm cheating, they can't do that, it's like, nah, I can do this. Because it's limit break 4 and Legion. Because Legion is just like 2 vanguards in 1 circle. In the vanguard circle. So you'll still get skill for Legion. So as if it's like a grade 3. I'm not sure about grade 2s, but I know grade 3s is a possibility. Like him is one of them. And I think Dragonic Overlord at the end is another. But yeah, that's pretty much all I could say. My trigger lineup, I play, the standard 8 crits with or 4 arrests, because arrest just gives me the ripples I need. And it just goes to the bottom of the deck if I have more ripples. If at least 2 or more ripples rested, just put them in the bottom of the deck and just draw 5 ripples. Top 5, any of them ripples, put in my hand. If not, shuffle back to deck. He's amazing, and I could just draw into him more. Then 4 draws and 4 heals. That's pretty much it for the trigger lineups. Now to strides. I play 4 Padromos. Just basically an on hit. I could bring Superior Call 2 Ripple in my deck into the field and not even rest it. It could just not rest it. It's just there, and I could bring in more text. But the thing is, I need an empty column. Next, 2 my dudes because of Legion, because of Militatus and Genova's Legion. So that's it. 1 promo Aristotle because of the 3rd wave attack, and I can retire one of my opponent's rear guards if it attacks the Vanguard. It doesn't have to hit. If it attacks the Vanguard, just counterblast 1 and retire rear guard, but it has to at least be a 3rd wave attack or more. So if I use attack my rear guards first, then attack him, even if they PG him, I can use his skill and retire a unit. And I think with the Legion, it might work too, because so I had to look it over with the Legion one. And finally, a Marine General of the Heavenly Scales, title Bone Dragon? No, title Boar Dragon. Oh, and this is Aristotle, Silk Aristotle. Title Boar Dragon. His skill is when his unit attacks hits a Vanguard. If it's 3rd or more wave or more, draw a card. Choose up to 1 card in my hand and call it to rear. So I could call it to rear. And that's it. So yeah, this is my Ripple deck profile. And next up is going to be Brawlers, but I just had to get 1 more Conquest Dragon and that I could do the Brawlers. So right now, this is B-Boy Twerk 1990 saying deuces.